Who are they? A witness saw two hooded men trying to hide their faces near Nicola Bulley's dog walking route the day before she went missing. The witness said that he first saw them at around 7:45 a.m. on the way to work on the Thursday, the day before Nicola Bulley vanished. He said that he drives that way to work every day, so he knows the road very well. The witness then went on to say that they were wearing dark clothing and hoods or hats, and they were carrying fishing rods. He said they could have just been two normal fishermen, and if he had seen their faces, he wouldn't have thought anything of it. But he remembered that they seemed to want to hide their faces, which struck him as odd. The same witness reported to the papers that he spotted one of the men the following day, which is the same day that Nicola Bulley went missing, and he saw the suspect in the same area. The witness said that he went away that weekend, so he didn't hear about Nicola's disappearance until the Sunday. The witness also claims that he rang the police on the Monday, but the police didn't get back to him for 9 days. Guys, that's quite a long time to get back to a witness. 9 days is a considerable amount of time to get back to someone, especially when a mother of two has disappeared. This witness has obviously seen something very strange about these men, otherwise he wouldn't have reported them to the police. I just hope that Lancashire police took him seriously and investigated who these men were. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case, guys. They probably didn't take him seriously, just like they didn't take anything else seriously throughout this whole case. Let's listen to what the police officers said in the press conference.
There's also been mention of a number of fishermen that have been seen that morning, who again were described as suspicious. I myself don't find it suspicious that fishermen would be in the area of a river that morning or carrying fishing rods.
I myself don't find that suspicious. Well, the witness obviously found them suspicious. That's why he reported them to you in the first place. He said that they were trying to hide their faces. I mean, if you're not going to take witnesses seriously, how are you going to solve what really happened to Nicola Bulley?
But there was some suggestion that one of these males might have been looking to cover his face.
So even though you've been told that one of them was trying to cover his face, you still don't find it suspicious? I mean, what are you going to find suspicious? A woman has vanished in the same area as these men have been seen. Surely they've got to be suspicious if they're trying to hide their faces. And by saying that one of them was trying to cover their face, surely you're trying to play it all down. The witness has clearly said in many papers, he's given a witness statement stating that he saw both of the men trying to hide their faces. Both of the men, not one of them.
We have made numerous appeals for these fishermen to come forward.
You've made numerous appeals for these fishermen to come forward? Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but they're probably not fishermen, because they're two suspicious men trying to hide their faces. They're probably just carrying fishing rods to look like they're fishermen. So your appeals are going to be a complete waste of time, because they're not going to hand themselves in, are they?
We have made contact with the local angling clubs, and we have also ascertained the time of the witness passing down that road and checked the CCTV at the Grapes pub, which covers that end of Garstang Road, and we can't see any of those fishermen at that time on that day.
So you're telling us that you can't see any fishermen at that time on that day? So you're basically telling us that you don't believe the witness? Just because you haven't found CCTV at the Grapes pub of these fishermen, that doesn't mean that they were not there. Guys, if these two men were involved in Nicola Bulley's disappearance, then surely they would have tried to avoid the CCTV at the Grapes pub, because they would have known that it's there. I mean, if they're going to commit a crime, They're not going to commit it right in front of the camera, not unless they want to get caught.
But we are continuing to try and trace these people. Again, I would urge that they are not necessarily suspicious to me.
They're not necessarily suspicious to you. I mean, the witness has clearly said that they were suspicious and that they were trying to hide their face. It just seems like you're not bothered about them. I mean, because your opinion is that they're not suspicious. Things should be based on facts, shouldn't they? And the fact is that a witness has seen two suspicious men. Guys, this lady doesn't seem like she's taking anything seriously. Guys, they never cordoned off the area when Nicola Bulley went missing. They didn't turn the area into a crime scene. They got the description of her clothes wrong. Guys, they've made so many mistakes, so many lousy mistakes. When witnesses have come forward, like in this situation, they don't take the witness seriously. I just feel so sorry for Nicola Bulley's family because it just seems like the police have been so lousy throughout this whole case. How are they supposed to ever get the truth when the police never take anything seriously? It just feels like every time the public have tried to help in this case, the police have just never been interested because they apparently know what already happened to her, that she just fell into the river, you know, with their single hypothesis throughout this whole case and their false narrative. And we're supposed to believe it all. We're supposed to believe that she just fell into that river, you know, and drowned in water that was just 2 feet deep. I mean, guys, the police are trying to treat us like we're stupid, you know, and they're not taking any witnesses seriously. For example, there was another witness that reported a suspicious red van in the area. Let's see what the police had to say about that.
The red van has been reported that it was in the area on the morning of the 27th, like many other hundreds of cars that morning.
Well, it wasn't like many other hundreds of cars that morning, was it? Because this vehicle was reported to you as being suspicious.
Really grateful for the witness who has told us about that, and we are continuing to make inquiries to try and track down that specific van. But from my perspective, being in possession of all the facts and information of this case, I do not believe that to be suspicious. But
you do not believe that to be suspicious? Again, a member of public has tried to help you, and you're just fobbing off that information. I mean, how are you supposed to ever find out the truth about Nicola Bulley if you're not going to listen to the public?
We are continuing to investigate that so that we can identify whoever was in the area that time to make sure that they can't give us any further information that will assist the investigation.
By not listening to the public and concentrating on your main hypothesis, surely this close-minded attitude will detract you from finding the truth.
That is my main working hypothesis at this time.
Well, unfortunately, these guys just seem to want to concentrate on their main hypothesis that she just fell into the river. It doesn't matter how many witnesses come forward. It doesn't matter if they can't find any CCTV of her. For them, it doesn't matter that the dog was just left there near the river and that the phone was left on the bench. They don't seem to find any of this suspicious. There has been actually no evidence at all to suggest that she just fell into the river. Their main hypothesis is based on pure speculation. Speculating about somebody's life is not right. The investigation should have been based on objective facts. But unfortunately, this wasn't the case, guys. The police have been completely lousy from the beginning. If somebody did do something to Nicola Bulley, then it's quite easy to see why the police haven't been able to find them yet, because they haven't really been looking, guys. Is it a possibility that the two men trying to disguise their faces were the two men that took Nicola Bulley? Did they take her in a red van? If they did, we'll never find out, because it doesn't seem like the police have investigated this properly. They've sent appeals for these suspicious people to come forward. I mean, guys, that's just ridiculous. They shouldn't be asking them to come forward. They should be looking for them. It just seems like that the police just don't know what they're doing. I mean, I don't want to put anybody down, but it's quite obvious that they just seem clueless throughout this whole case. I mean, how is Nicola Bulley supposed to ever get justice when you got police officers like this investigating her case?